Welcome back to From the Scriptwriter's Table. Today we're going to talk about scenery by suggestion. We've been talking about all the tools you need to write radio dramas. Sorry. And we've talked about understanding that the audience is really writing for one person. We've talked about how you need fast entrances. You need to understand what you've got, that you have eliminated the visual cues. A lot of the visual cues are missing in radio dramas that you would have in books, that you would have in TV and movies. And this actually is going to play into what we're going to talk about today. Is going to play into that. So stay tuned. Hang on. We've talked about how you need to get into the story right away. You need to have faster pacing. You need to have a way to faster rhythm, faster pacing. You need to be able to eliminate the non-plot action. Well, you also need to suggest your scenery. In a theater play, in a movie, in a TV play, the scenery is there for the audience to see. In comic books, the scenery is there. All you have to do is use your eyes. Though I said before, comic book writing probably is the closest thing to radio drama writing. But still, the scenery is there, and you don't need much description of the scene. You don't need to really suggest it once in the final draft. Yes, sorry, I've kind of painted myself into a corner there. My understanding of writing comic book scripts, you do have to suggest it so the audience, so the artist can draw it. But as far as the receiving end of that, the reader sees it. That's where I'm going with my statement. In books and in short stories, you have to use description a lot. Enough for the audience to be able to see it, taste it, touch it, whatever, in their minds. Books and short stories, the best ones out there, suggest the scene. They suggest the scenery. They keep the description tight, not superfluous prose. Radio dramas do the same thing. You have got a very short amount of time, to describe the scene. And you really only want to suggest it, you really want to describe it only through suggestion. You want to be able to say along the lines of the Gothic old building. Well, your picture of a Gothic old building and my Gothic old building may be different. But I don't need to go into a lot of detail. You already can picture a Gothic old building. Maybe let's change this up. A Gothic cathedral. I can guarantee you and I are picturing two different things, but we have the same basic image. Going back a ways, we talked about, very briefly, but we talked about Stephen King on writing. He talks about writing as a form of telepathy. You don't ever see, I can describe a chair, he can describe a chair, you can describe a chair, and all three of us are going to see different chairs. Depending on how you describe it, we're going to see differences. That's going to be the same with a radio drama listener. They don't need the full detail of, like this chair here, high back, nice and comfy, I can lean back. You don't need all that detail. David sat in an office chair. It's an office chair. Okay, fine. David sat in a tan office chair. Okay, if I could somehow eliminate this, and I said David sat in a tan office chair, you'd have a different picture than I probably do. And you might have a different picture than that. That's where I'm going with what I'm saying. You want to suggest your scenes and your scenery through suggestion. Some of this is by sound, walking on concrete versus walking on wood versus walking on gravel. Whole different sounds. But they automatically give you a sense of a different location. If you hear someone walking on concrete, what's your imagination tell you? Probably walking outside somewhere on a sidewalk, walking on tile, hallway somewhere, maybe in a school, a hospital, an auditorium, walking on wood, maybe walking on hardwood floor at home, maybe a sports auditorium. But the walking on those surfaces sound creates a different image. Then maybe just a quick visual reference by the character. It could be as simple as, hey, you see that car? Wow, this auditorium is dark. Do you need much more? Not for radio drama. You really don't. So you want to create your scenery through suggestion. You want to be able to put the image in the audience's mind with as few words as possible. Don't make it clunky, and work your magic. That's where the writing meets the road. Okay, enough for this one. Go to windingtrailsmedia.com, sign up for the newsletter, check out the courses for writers, especially the second one, which is the Scriptwriters Table. That is a free monthly event, open to all writers of all fields. It's basically come in, talk about your writing, talk about anything you're stuck on, how to improve your writing, and just get ideas and share. That's all this is. Also, too, check out windingtrailsmedia.com or check out Winding Trails Media on Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr. Subscribe to this YouTube channel. Share it with other writers, and share with people who will be interested in writing radio drama or learning more about them. Finally, go out on YouTube and start looking up radio dramas. Listen to them. Enjoy them. Soon, Winding Trails Media will have Winding Trails Theater, which will have its own radio dramas out there for you. But right now, those are still in pre-production. They're coming. Meanwhile, have a great day writing. See you next time.